Every single product you really trust, I mean, the phone in your pocket, the car you drive, even the planes we fly in, they all rely on this kind of hidden science called 3D metrology. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see how this science of ultra-precise measurement is pretty much becoming the backbone of all modern manufacturing. It's how we make sure everything is built just perfectly.
And if you want to know just how important it is, well, its importance is measured in billions. Just look at this number. By 2035, the global market is expected to be worth nearly $30 billion. This isn't just some niche tech anymore. It's a foundational pillar of the industries of the future.
Let's break that down because the growth is staggering. We're talking about a leap from around $11 billion in 2024 to almost $30 billion. That's a compound annual growth rate of over 9%. And, that isn't just a number on a chart. That's the very heartbeat of what we call Industry 4.0. It signals a huge shift in how we design and build our world.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We'll start by digging into the scale of this multi-billion-dollar future. Then we'll unpack the key forces that are driving it. After that, we'll take a trip around the globe, shine a spotlight on the big players and their innovations, and finally, we'll look at exactly how we know all this stuff.
Okay, so let's jump right in and explore that multi-billion-dollar future. And this is about so much more than just market growth. It's about a fundamental shift that's turning precision measurement from a simple tool into a real strategic weapon for entire industries.
What we're seeing here is a major evolution. Think about it. This technology used to be locked away in a sterile, controlled lab, but now it's moving right out onto the noisy, busy factory floor. And by integrating it into real-time production systems, companies are getting insane levels of precision, slashing defects, and basically fine-tuning their entire workflow from start to finish. It's a total game changer. So what's actually fueling this massive transformation? Well, this incredible growth isn't happening by accident. It's being powered by a few really powerful technological and industrial trends that are all hitting at the exact same time. So driver number one is the huge rise of smart manufacturing. In industries like automotive and aerospace, where tolerances are razor thin, we're talking fractions of a human hair, this kind of technology is becoming absolutely essential. It gives manufacturers a constant stream of live data, so they can catch tiny errors instantly. It basically transforms quality control from a reactive, oops, we found a problem, to a proactive, let's stop the problem before it even happens. But honestly, this is where it gets really, really cool. The true revolution is in the software. You see, these scans create these massive digital clouds made of millions of data points. Now, artificial intelligence and machine learning are stepping in, and they're turning all that raw data into something incredibly powerful, strategic foresight. We call this predictive intelligence. So, what is predictive intelligence exactly? Well, think of it like having a crystal ball for machine parts. It's the ability to analyze all that measurement data to predict how a component is going to perform in the future. It can forecast potential failures and even model how things will wear down over time. This means engineers can fix problems before they even exist and make critical products last way, way longer. And finally, the third big driver is this huge push for flexibility. Portable, non-contact gadgets like laser trackers and optical scanners are suddenly in super high demand. And why is that? Well, because they let you take the measurement to the part instead of the other way around. You can scan things right there on the production line, which is a huge deal when you're talking about massive parts like an airplane wing. It minimizes downtime, and for industries like heavy machinery and aerospace, that's absolutely critical. Okay, so now let's pivot and take a look at the global picture, because the way this technology is being adopted isn't the same everywhere. It actually varies a lot depending on where you are in the world, which creates this really fascinating global landscape. Right now, North America is leading the pack, mostly thanks to its huge aerospace, defense, and auto industries. Europe is a strong second, really driven by its focus on high-quality standards and R&D. But the one you've got to watch is Asia Pacific. With all the massive investments they're making in smart factories, it is by far the fastest-growing market. Meanwhile, places like Latin America, the Middle East, and Africa are seeing more of a gradual but steady climb. Now, this kind of growth and innovation doesn't just happen in a vacuum, right? It's being pushed forward by some real heavy hitters. So let's take a look at the key companies who are setting new benchmarks and really pushing the boundaries of what this tech can do. You're going to recognize a lot of these names: Hexagon, Nikon, Faro, Carl Zeiss. These are not startups.
These are established high-tech titans, and the fierce competition between all of them is what's fueling the crazy fast innovation we're about to see. And you can see that competition in action right here. I mean, just in the last couple of years, we've seen Faro buying up GeoSlam to get even better at mobile scanning, Nikon launching a laser radar that slashes inspection time, and Hexagon rolling out an inspection arm that's guided by augmented reality. The pace of change is just relentless. Okay, so all of this amazing innovation and growth brings up a really important question. How can we be so confident about all these predictions? Well, it all comes down to the methodology, the process that gets us these insights. I mean, really, how can you look at a market that's moving this fast and forecast its future with any real confidence? It's a great question, and the answer is you have to have a really robust, multi-layered system for doing it.
And the insights that we're talking about today, they all come from the KAISO 360-degree research engine. It's a system that's designed from the ground up to get a complete picture of the market by looking at both the supply side and the demand side, and then using some seriously advanced forecasting to see where things are headed.
So this forecast model is built in layers. It starts with a baseline from historical data. Then it builds out a bunch of different what-if scenarios, optimistic, conservative, and the most likely case. After that, it uses AI to find subtle patterns humans might miss, and finally, it stress tests the whole model against those totally unexpected black swan type events. And this whole process really reinforces a core idea, which is captured perfectly in this quote. See, it's not enough to just have a mountain of data. The goal is to turn that data into insight, then turn that insight into a strategy, and finally turn that strategy into real, actual growth. Which really leaves us with one last thought to chew on. With technology that can measure and predict things with microscopic accuracy, the future of pretty much every industry is being measured right now. So the real question is this: is your strategy built for that same level of precision?